Okay, so hi, I'm with my girl Cherie. We are currently in Alabama right now. We just finished a 4-flight day. We had 4 flights today. This is day 2 of our 3-day trip, and we're getting ready to give you a flight attendant Q&A or frequently asked questions, whatever.
The process was really quick for me. Some people's processes take longer than others, but it was like one of those open call type things, and you come prepared, right? Yeah. So you come prepared, make sure you have your 60-second speech on why you'd be a great flight attendant.
Tips for like the interview process: just be yourself, have high energy, smile, talk to, socialize,
Mingle.
like interact with the people. They don't want to see you like off in a corner to yourself. Like interact with other people and sell your speech. When you were talking about why you want to be a flight attendant, don't say
I like to travel.
I like to travel.
I'm a people person. Please don't say those things. Don't say those. Be more creative, step outside the box, but be genuine,
Yes.
be real. They can spot that a mile away. Always smile, but don't hurt your face. Like, just be natural. And they can see your personality, like the real you. But be prepared. Like, I had people at my open call that like was just like, well, like made up this speech like on the spot, and
I work with people.
Tragic.
I used to work in a restaurant, so like I feel like I'll be good. Girl, no, let me say how I got up there. I literally, no, I was not playing. I got up there and I made them laugh, and I was like, good morning, my name is Shantice Clone. I am your lead flight attendant. On today's flight, I will be talking about why I will be a great flight attendant. That's how you stand out. I was nervous, but I'm like, I'm confident, and I know that I qualify for this job, so I'm gonna make it to that one-on-one interview.
Right.
Okay, so me and Cherie actually had training together. That's how we met. Our training was only 4 weeks compared to some main lines, like some of the bigger airlines, they last for 6 to 8 weeks. 4 weeks doesn't sound long, but
it's stressful.
Yeah, it felt like 3 months that we were there. Training is no joke.
It's like a haze boot camp. I don't want to say that, but because not to scare people.
It's just really like a short amount of time with so much information to take in.
They just say, like, everyone's like some people think a flight attendant is like a glorified waitress. But can I just say that in training, right, service is like a small like
service was only the last day.
It was like the last day, and it was a small part. Like, everything is safety related, and like, you know, rules and regulations and the FAA. Like, service is nothing compared, like, in the big picture.
You have to learn about each different aircraft, all things aircraft, like all the exits and everything, like
everything.
Those sodas and those chips.
Forget that. Yeah.
Those 4 weeks felt more intense than my last semester of college, and I'm not even lying.
It was intense, and it was intense for what reason for you? Like, besides the fact of all the information that we had to take in a short amount of time, but wasn't it for me? It was the fact that was a big part. Then yeah, they were really strict. You had to have you had to get an 80 and above or whatever. If not, you only had two chances. Two retakes. So it was like, you take a test, you fail it, you get a second chance, you fail it, you go home. So it wasn't for every test. It was like, in general, if you fail twice, you're done. And if you come in a minute late, you're done. In training, don't fall asleep. Don't even have the appearance of sleeping.
If you do this,
you're going home. You're going home. Don't look down. Don't act like you're messing with your contacts to give yourself time to close your eyes.
You can't have your phone.
You can't have your phone. No vibrating, no ringing. Like, this is real. Like, they're really intense, and that's why I was like, it's kind of like, I don't want to call it like, it's intense. Like,
can we talk about the real training? Training days are like 10 hours long. Yes. We would come to training at 5, 6 in the morning, and we're there until the whole day. Like, and every day's
like
different.
10 plus hours.
Just PowerPoint.
Not exaggerating.
PowerPoint.
Like, legit sitting there, and we would have, of course, you got like 15-minute breaks, and then you have a lunch. But she's right. Like,
and if they say you can't nod your head, so if you're tired, they want you to get up and stand in the back. This is the whole class.
Yes. By the end of training, I basically spent the last week of training standing up in the back of the class. And when you get so close to the end, you are legit like
you're
burnt out, you're drained, you're mentally and physically just drained. But you're like, I need to get there, I need to get there, I need to get there.
And it's all worth it. It's possible, you can do it. Like, people get sent home, but that's because they didn't set those priorities straight and they just didn't want it enough. We graduated with a big class. We're all still flying, and it's worth it. Like,
most of us are still flying.
Most of us are still flying.
But and if you get sent home, don't let that deter you. Try again. You can try again with another airline, whatever it is. But if you really want this job, and for me, I hate calling it a job. It really is a lifestyle. Like, it's not a job to me. It's a whole change, and it's not to me. It's not even a regular interview process, because yes, we're talking about the interview, the face-to-face, but you're not even done after that face-to-face. Your whole training is still the interview. Like, this is real. Like, it's like boot camp for flight attendants.
Tips, basically, to sum it up, tips for training. Bring notebooks, bring a lot of flashcards. Like, flashcards is what helped me. I just use flashcards for everything. Make friends at training so that you can have a study group. You don't need to have too many friends and go out every night, because there are people who party every night. That's not me. I need to study. What else? Do what you have to do. Your study habit, whatever works for you.
Set yourself up for success.
Just focus.
And focus. You can enjoy the city that you're in training when you get the job. Like, I think of it like that. I didn't really explore where we were at that much because my thought was, I'll enjoy it when I come back after I make this. For me, I don't want to say previous life, but before pre-flight attendant, I was a teacher or whatever, so I had like a 9 to 5.
I didn't know you were a teacher.
Yep.
I don't even know this girl.
I don't know who you are. No, and I have, a husband with kids, 3 kids. So, that life, it was, so let me just tell you, so that was my life. Loved it great. Like, this is a job that I've always wanted. And so when I came from training and I went and I got back home, I had to, it was weird because I was away for an entire month. My husband was holding it down, but I felt like kind of lost, like kind of a stranger, trying to get back into the rhythm of things. I was extremely tired and drained, so times when I probably could have been spending with my family, I wanted to like rest. You have to have a great support system, whether you're a parent or not. Like, if you have someone in your family that supports what you're doing, this process would go so smooth. Like, sometimes boyfriends might get in their way. Oh, I don't want to do long distance, then the girl or guy, ends up quitting because, oh, my boyfriend couldn't take the distance. Like,
we ain't doing that. Let them go, girl. For me, the transition was smooth. I just graduated college in May. I knew that this is what I wanted to do. I did my research on the job and the lifestyle, so it's not like the transition was a shock to me. I already went to school away from home, so me traveling all the time and being away from my family is not like, it's not hard for me. I don't care. Bye. But I know. I don't know. The transition was smooth. Right after graduation, I went into training. I think that was the hardest thing. Like, I was really tired. Like, my last semester of college was hard. Right after that, I didn't get a break. I went into training. That was intense. And then right after training, I just went on reserve. I had to move, and since then it's just been non-stop traveling. So the only part about transition I can say is that it's just, you're always on the go. I feel like I never have time to like breathe and catch up on my life.
Reserve is very stressful. It's very boring at times. But
no, the pros in reserve is that if you're a person who's adventurous, spontaneous, and like you said, you just like not knowing, then reserve is great, because you're just sitting in your room one day and then you get a call like, hey, you're going to Texas for 4 days. That's exciting. Like, I like that part of reserve.
That part is cool, but you know what's not cool? The waiting part, like the possibility part of when you're sitting at home and you're like, I could have went here, but it depends, because you used to trek your bags around. So if you're going to go adventure somewhere and you're on call,
I bring my bags with me.
Take your stuff with you. I'm kind of lazy. Like, I don't want to take my stuff with me if I want to go, let's say, to Manhattan or something when I'm in Queens. Like, I don't want to take the train with my bags. So I would stay where I was at and not go far.
Straight out of training, we were both based in Minneapolis. So Some of you probably wonder, like, what do you do when you're based somewhere else? Like, where are you going to live? Flight attendants have these living situations called crash pads. And basically what a crash pad is, it's like, if you went to college, it's like a dorm. You just live in a house or you live in an apartment with a bunch of flight attendants. There's bunk beds and you pay rent. We were fortunate enough to live in a fancy, bougie crash pad in Minneapolis. And how many people do we live with? Probably like 5 or 6 people. Co-ed.
Oh my God, yeah, it was co-ed.
It was co-ed.
Are we talking about?
No, we just gonna skip to the point. It was a nice crash pad. It wasn't that expensive.
Yeah.
We got lucky. Most crash pads people complain about, but we don't have anything to complain about. It's just the fact that you're paying for rent to live with other people and share a room. I specifically put in my transfer back home because I'm right out of college. I don't want to pay rent. I need all my coin, okay? So I don't want to pay money to share a room. If I'm gonna be paying rent, I need my own place.
Me, Shantice, and then 1, 2, 3. So it was 5 of us in one room, in one bathroom. But we made it work because it was kind of cool because we had kind of different schedules.
I was gonna say that's the thing about crash pads. We're all flight attendants. We're all on the go.
Yes.
So you can share a crash pad with 8 people, but probably 2 of you guys, if even, are gonna be there at the same time.
Right. And the base thing is funny because in training they give you this list and they say, tell us where you want to go. Like on the list from like 1 to like, I don't know, 16 or 20 bases, that depending on what bases they have. Why they do this, I don't really know, because to be honest with you, you're not gonna get whatever you ask for. Like, it's so crazy. Some people have quit because they didn't get what they wanted. Don't quit.
The whole training process, didn't get the base that they wanted and quit.
But don't quit, because guess what? You can transfer.
No tattoos.
I don't think I want to get.
If you want to be a flight attendant,
if you want to be a flight attendant, first do your research on the company, because they have different rules about tattoos. Some are more lenient than others. Our company is not really that lenient on tattoos. They say that if you wear uniform, your tattoo can't, like, as long as it doesn't show, right?
And they do checks.
And they do check. Please don't think you can put a band-aid on it or makeup on it, foundation on it. Whatever concoction you think you found in the store that work, don't, because they have a flashlight and they will see your tattoo.
Age requirements, most companies, you have to be 21 years or older.
To start.
There
is no cap on.
Yeah, no cap. There are height requirements. You have to be, is it 5'1" or 5? I think you have to be 5'1" and above. I don't know about the cap, but you have to be 5'1". They actually test that at the interview. Like, I had to stand there. They're measuring me, whatever. You can't stand on your tippy toes. You have to take off heels. So if you're 5 feet, I'm so sorry, boo. Yeah. What qualifications or credentials do you need to have to be a flight attendant?
You don't need to take these scam classes, that the flight school thing or whatever. You don't need to do that. You don't need to do that. You don't need to have I don't know how you can have previous flight attendant experience, or you don't. Like I said,
what you do need,
customer service.
You need a high school diploma. You need your high school diploma. You don't need to go to college to be a flight attendant, but they actually do prefer.
Your chances are better.
Yeah,
if you have a degree, that'd be good.
Personally, out of my interview, the only girls who made it to that one-on-one interview were all of us were recent graduates, so they do prefer it, but you don't need it. Customer service, they like when you have bartending, restaurant experience, teaching experience,
any customer service,
experience,
medical. Yeah, that's right, and that's a huge focus. Luckily I had both. Like, I was in the medical field and I had customer service as a waitress. I actually put that in my speech, and I noticed that, like, the trend of they focus on safety and customer service. Those are the 2 things that every airline wants to hear.
Yep.
Hint, hint.
I get this question a lot, and I think it's so funny, but people ask me, does my company pay for hotels? Like, does your company pay for your hotel rooms when you're working? Yeah.
Oh, yeah, when you're working. Yeah. My brain went to, like, when you're not working. That's stupid.
But, yeah, do you guys really think that I would be paying for a hotel to go to work?
No.
Do you guys pay to go to
crazy.
work besides your commute? No.
Right.
Your company pays for your hotel when you work, but if you're not working, if you're like somebody who commutes, they're not going to pay for your living situation. That's why you get a crash pad or whatever. So
yeah, work it out. You got to work out that part yourself. But when we on our trips, we are in a hotel now, and we're not spending a dime.
And it's a nice hotel.
And it's nice. Like they do put us in.
They treat us good.
They don't put us in roach motels or anything like that. Okay, so you don't work with the same people all the time, but there's a point when you can call buddy bid. Like you can bid to work with someone. Like I picked up this trip because Teese was on this trip. I do. So, and this is only our second time. So it's funny, out of like 7 months, this is our only second time working together, and it's because I made that happen. Like we both made that happen. But so the chances of working with the same people, it's slim. It does happen like randomly, but you work with different people all the time. I feel like sometimes, like, you know, Groundhog Day, I don't know, okay, I'm showing my age right now, but he wakes up and he repeats his life, like everything happens over and over again. Okay, so being a flight attendant is different because it's not the same thing, but when you are, I feel like I have to reintroduce myself every time. Like I'm like,
I told my mom the same thing. Like the best part of this job is that you don't work with the same people every day. So you're not like, you're not like, oh my God, I gotta go and work and deal with.
But the bad part is like, you're like doing the whole, you know what I hate? I want to skip all the pleasantries. Like, I'm being honest. Like,
wait, talk about the positive first.
Okay.
That is the good part. You don't have to go into work and deal with the same people every day. It's refreshing.
Yeah, it is refreshing.
But then what you're saying is it's really repetitive and annoying to, hi, I'm Shantice. It's just like every single trip, you gotta introduce yourself.
Every single time.
Sometimes it's just a vibe. Like, sometimes you have a crew and it's just a vibe.
Yeah.
Everybody's just vibing right away.
Yeah, that's when you decide to go out.
That's when you go out.
You go out.
The airline industry, there is regional airlines and there are main lines. We are regional flight attendants. The question that I get a lot of the time is, oh, do you go out the country? Do you go out the country? Do you go out the country? No.
No.
Our company does go out the country.
Yes, depends on your base. Our base is New York. New York, we don't. Our trips vary depending on your base. So we're a lot of, we fly a lot of
East Coast. We're on the East Coast, up and down the East Coast. Okay. But the beauty of having a line, which we both have now, is that you can pick and choose your schedule. So if I don't want to work this entire month or none of my trips, I can drop them.
Yep.
And guess what? I can go pick up trips somewhere else.
You can,
in Los Angeles.
That's a great thing. You can do out of base trips.
Soon, but I'm too lazy to commute.
Yeah, that's a good thing too. So you're never confined. You're really not, and that's what's so great about this. There's so many options when you have a line.
When you have a line.
Not bragging, but bragging. This is funny to me. The turbulence.
Oh, okay. Listen, I'm not scared to fly, obviously, because I wouldn't have this job. But I'm new to this, okay? Like, the turbulence gets crazy, and our planes are smaller, so we feel and we hear everything more than when you're on those bigger planes. Like, every day we go to work, we're putting our lives at risk. But you guys get in the car. Our accidents are more frequent and more dangerous than flying.
Yeah, and also too, the weather is getting better, but we've really had bad turbulence because of the weather. So a lot of flights that I've taken have been really so bad that we're like stopping service, we're stopping what we're doing, we have to buckle up. Like it was really bad the last month.
I'm so sad. That'd be me
like
in
that.
seat.
I like that.
Cherie, she be sitting down when it's turbulence, but I be having so much fun with it. Like,
yeah, she's like bouncing. And
when the plane starts shaking, I be like.
But it's so funny because she's like, did you feel that? Like, yes, I felt that.
The funny thing is when it's bad turbulence though, and like you feel it in your heart, like, damn, this is getting a little crazy, and passengers looking at you.
They look at you,
like,
and the key
they look at you for reassurance, but you cannot show them.
Yes, the key is to be like a poker face, like nothing is wrong at all. Like,
okay, hi guys. So it's clearly a new day. The other day when me and Cherie were recording our last few videos, my SD card, the memory was full. I'm upstate New York right now. I just had 3 legs this morning. Been up since 4 o'clock. I'm really tired, but I wanted to give you guys a real ending to this video. Basically, I hope that you guys enjoyed it. I hope that me and Cherie gave a lot of good information for those of you interested in this industry or this position, and even to those of you who may not be interested in this job at all, but you're just interested in the lifestyle of a flight attendant. I hope that we did a good job at answering some questions. I feel like there are a lot of them that we did miss, so if you have any question that you would like an answer to about this job, feel free to leave that question in the comment section below. Also, the last question that me and Shuri had for each other before the memory went full was, what is your least favorite question that you received about this job? And we both looked at each other and we're like, buddy pass. What's up with that buddy pass? That is probably the most annoying question ever because it's just so awkward. Like, it's so annoying. If your flight attendant friend does not offer you to be on their benefits, do not bring it up or do not ask them. They don't give us 100 tickets and say invite all of your friends and family on your benefits. No. I have family, I have a lot of family, and I have close friends that's gonna come before somebody that I had class with freshman year of college. Basically, just that question is just, stop. But yeah, I hope you enjoyed this video. Be sure to like, comment, and subscribe. I plan to continue making videos on this vlog. My channel is called Shanty's Armani for a reason. I have other things going on in my life besides being a flight attendant. I want to do fitness vlogs, just personal vlogs, whatever. So be sure to like, comment, and subscribe on here. Comment anything that you would like to know. Follow my blog at shantysarmani.blogspot.com and my Instagram at shantysarmani. So thank you and